Did I hang up a BTS poster in my bathroom purely so that you weren't looking at white walls during this whole video? Maybe. Greetings internet, it's Monica, and today I am here in a very echoey bathroom. Sorry in advance if this audio is kind of annoying, but today I'm going to be filming a video that has been highly requested over the past few years, and that is a video all about my hair. I have had colorful hair for more than a decade now, and I've been asked so many questions about how I maintain my hair, the colors I use, and just lots of other questions in between. So a few weeks ago, I let you guys ask me whatever questions you wanted over on my Instagram and told you that I would be answering them in this video, so I'm finally doing this video. It's been a long time coming, and I thought it would be a good time to do it because I'm also going to be dyeing my hair, and I am going to be using the Lime Crime Unicorn Hair in Neon Peach. It's my first time using this, so here's hoping it turns out good. I just picked it up randomly at Ulta because I liked the packaging, so hopefully I like it. But I have begun the mixing process. I don't know where my coloring bowl is, so I'm using this old like deep conditioning package because why not? And it had a bit of conditioner left in it, so I just added that in. I always dilute. I guess that's my first pro tip. If you like paler colors, then you should like just get a darker color and dilute it because you'll save money and use less product. So yeah, I basically am doing like half of the dye and half conditioner, and then I'm also adding in, I have a little bit of this like bubblegum pink color, and this is just pink that has been mixed in with Olaplex. So Olaplex is really good for your hair, and then also the pink is just to add a little bit more pink to this peach because it's a very orange peach from the packaging. So I'm gonna add, I think, maybe 1 or 2 more scoops of that, and then I think I should be good to go. So now I've got a very like true peach color. So this is actually the first time that I am dyeing my hair myself in years. I always go to a stylist for the past like few years of dyeing my hair. When I first started out, I would bleach my hair myself and dye it myself because that was when I was just doing one solid color, and also I was cheap and had no money, so I would do it myself, and I would not recommend that if you can avoid doing that. If you can go to a stylist, my #1 recommendation for colorful hair is just to go to a damn stylist. Like, it'll be so much better. If you want a recommendation, my hairstylist is Lucy, and if you're in the New York City area and you want a really good stylist who is like an expert in colorful hair, I highly recommend her. She's amazing. I've been going to her for like 3 or 4 years, and she has just done, I'll pop up some photos, but she has just done the coolest stuff with my hair, and I adore her. But I really wanted my hair colorful tomorrow because it's my birthday tomorrow. This will be going up past my birthday probably, but it's my birthday tomorrow and I really want colorful hair, and so it's like I'm just doing it myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and section out my hair, and then I'll get to applying color, and while I do that, I'll answer some of the questions that you guys sent me. So I've washed my hair, I've only shampooed it and dried it, I haven't conditioned it, and that just allows the dye to soak into your hair better. But I think it says a lot, like, that my hair is so soft despite having not conditioned it at all. Honestly, Lucy is an angel. I would never bleach my hair on my own. I don't have gloves. Forgot to pick those up, so we're just gonna have some peach hands. It's fine. I also don't have a brush, so we're doing well, fam. We're doing well. I've sectioned off my hair. I'm basically just like gonna smush dye, and this is how I would do it when I was in high school and college. So one of the questions that I got asked is, how do you repair your hair after dyeing it? And for me, to be 100% honest, I don't really do anything. I just use like a shampoo and conditioner that I like. However, I take steps before I dye it. So, and by I mean Lucy. So, yeah, basically I use Olaplex, which is like a 2-step, 3-step system the first step goes into your, the dye, or not the dye, the bleach, and the developer that you're using to actually lighten your hair. And what it does is it like, honestly I have no idea what it does. I know what it does for me, like what I feel, which is that my hair is still soft after being bleached, that it's not as damaged. Like I've noticed a huge difference ever since I switched to using Olaplex in my dye. It also, like, my scalp is less sensitive. Yeah, it's just great. I love Olaplex. And then you also get a little, like I said, that pink had some Olaplex in it that I mixed in. So you get like a little take-home bottle that you can use afterwards to like continually repair your hair. And it repairs your hair, basically, is what it does. So like while developer and bleach is gonna like tear it apart and like ruin it, or not ruin it, but like hurt your hair, Olaplex reverses it, or at least that's been my experience with it. So yeah, that's my biggest thing that has, like, in my opinion, just had such a huge effect on how my hair looks and feels, has been Olaplex. Then I was asked how many times a year I dye my hair. I go probably 4 times a year to Lucy, like once a quarter. And right now I really should go see her. Like my roots are crazy right now. So I should be going to see her right now and not doing this in my bathroom, but here we are. Okay, this towel is annoying. Whatever, my neck will be orange, I don't care. And here is the final result. So I'm super happy with how it came out. It's like the perfect neon peach color. What's your natural hair color, and would you ever go back to it? So here's a photo of me with my natural hair color in case you want to see that. I don't know, probably, maybe, eventually. I mean, I've had colorful hair for like a decade now, so, and I like within there like had a couple moments where I had my natural dark brown hair, and yeah, I don't know, like part of me is like maybe one day I'll go back to dark brown. The other part of me is like maybe I'll have colorful hair until I'm 80. Who knows? Right now this just feels like me. Have you ever not liked the result after dyeing your hair? Yeah, I've gone to some like really questionable salons in the past. That's like one of my biggest tips, is that, you know, I recommend obviously going to a salon, but I also really recommend booking a consultation first. Like, you're literally paying someone to put chemicals on your head. I think it's really important to have that first consultation, sort of get a feel for the stylist, make sure that you're both like, that you both mesh and that you're on the same page and all of that before you actually go through with like a whole process and paying a ton of money to get your hair done. And also just like, you know, set your expectations. If you have really dark brown hair and you want to go like pastel, keep in mind that you're probably going to have to, like, it's going to take months in order to do that, because you're going to have to gradually bleach your hair in order to not cause an immense amount of damage. What color was the hardest to maintain? Rainbow, because there you can't really do anything to maintain it. It's just gonna fade, and everything fades at a different pace. So rainbow is like the hardest one. It's also my favorite, of course, but I'm debating getting a wig and like doing rainbow on the wig, and then I could just wear that whenever I'm in the rainbow mood, you know? Because the thing with rainbow is that I'll do it and then like 2 weeks later I'm like, I'm over this, I want my peach hair. So yeah. Which is your favorite and how do you maintain it? My favorite is probably peach and pink. Those tend to be like my home colors. They're the colors I always go back to. And then as far as how I maintain it, honestly, I don't do a lot. I wash my hair like every other day, so I fail at that because that's one of the tips that people give, is to not wash your hair that often. I wash my hair in warm to hot water. If you want to maintain your color, you should wash your hair in cold water. Again, I don't do that. And then another tip, one that I do is that I'll put a little bit of conditioner, or not a little bit of conditioner, I'll put a little bit of color into my conditioner, and that helps just like deposit color every time I wash my hair. So that's helpful. Obviously I can't do that when I have like multicolored hair because it's all different colors, and that's not possible, but when I have like an all over color like this, then that is what I do. Does your hair play a part in your confidence level? Yes. I can say fully that my hair color has had a huge impact on my confidence throughout the years. So when I first dyed my hair, it was like, again, like over a decade ago, and it was at a time when not a lot of people were doing colors like this, at least where I was. Like even when like in my hometown, nobody, like I got so many dirty looks and just weird stares when I first dyed my hair. And then when I went off to college, I was like the only person on campus who had colorful hair. However, there's something kind of freeing about that, about having like the shield almost, like, oh, if anyone ever gave me a weird look or if I had an awkward moment with someone, like I at the time could just blame it on my hair. Or in college, it really helped me actually stand out because I was someone who was more introverted, but having colorful hair, it like weirdly attracted people to me and it got professors to remember my name. And now, you know, colorful hair like this is much more common, but still, you know, it's nice to have something that is just sort of always fun and bright. And when I have freshly dyed hair, I always feel just so good and happy. So yeah. What made you decide to do unnatural colors like rainbow, pink, etc.? Sailor Chibi Moon. Yeah, basically I love Sailor Moon. And when I was little, I idolized Sailor Chibi Moon. She was everything I wanted to be. I loved her hair so much. So yeah, ever since I was little, I knew I wanted pink hair from a very young age. And then as soon as I could do it, I did it. I got a lot of questions of like, how do you choose your hair color? And then also like, basically, do you have to choose based on colors that look good with your skin tone? To be honest, I've never really thought about like my skin tone and colors. I just sort of do whatever color makes me happy and figure I'll make it work. And then as far as how I decide on colors, it's sort of just like how I'm feeling at the time. Honestly, half the time I decide the morning of what I want to do, and it's always like on a whim, but I'm always happy with it. So that's a positive. I also got a lot of questions about like how my job feels about my hair color, like my experiences in like a professional environment with fun color hair. And I feel like, I don't know, I struggle with this question because I've never had an issue with it. Like I basically dyed my hair back to brown after or right before I graduated college because I was nervous about this, and then basically saw multiple people within like professional spaces, like executives from Google even, who had like fun colored hair, and that gave me the confidence to go back to it. And so then I had to slowly start the process of going from dark brown to where I am now. See, I think it took seeing other people being leaders within a professional environment to make me feel confident in going back to that. And I'm really, really happy that I did, because I just feel like I'm the most me with colorful hair. But I think every industry is different, every job type is different. I work in marketing, typically in like tech or startup type of companies. But even in like the large companies that I've like interviewed at, or you know, whatever, or worked with in whatever capacity, I've never felt like my hair color has like gotten in the way or been an issue. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just lucky. I've lived in very like liberal cities professionally. So like I live in New York City right now. I've lived in San Francisco and Paris, and like all of these places sort of like just, they don't really care what you look like. I mean, Paris kind of cared what you look like, but not so much your hair. But yeah, all these places, like they didn't really care if you had like tattoos or fun hair or whatever. But again, it really depends on your industry and your profession and all of that. But that's been my experience. I always wanted to curl my dyed hair, but I'm afraid it'll damage it to the point of no return. Any tips? No. Like I don't blow dry my hair that often. I did today because I just dyed it and I wanted to see it styled. But yeah, unless I'm in a hurry, I never blow dry my hair, but I curl my hair pretty frequently. I just do it and I hope for the best. Yeah, I feel like that's not probably the advice you were looking for, but that's the best advice I could give. I always make sure that I use like leave-in conditioner, heat protectant, things like that. But other than that, no huge tips there. Heat damages hair, and so there's not a whole lot else you can do. Can I make my blonde lighter without bleach? No, you can't. You have to bleach your hair if you want to go lighter. That's just color theory. How do you go about bleaching hair as dark as yours? I'm really lucky in that my hair lifts very easily. So Lucy, my hairstylist, uses like 20 volume developer and with the bleach, and yeah, my hair pretty much lifts to a very pale yellow just with that, and Olaplex in there too. So yeah, I'm lucky in that sense, but also I'm only doing my roots, and your roots lift faster than the rest of your hair. Honestly, it's just been a process. So, I mean, it took like a year or so to get my hair to the shade that I really wanted it to be, that like pale blonde shade, in order for me to like do the pastel paler colors that I love. So it's just sort of like patience, and then also upkeep. The longer you wait for your roots to grow out, the more difficult it is to maintain like sort of an even color. So it's actually like really bad that I didn't do my roots and that I just put color on. How do you still look so good when the color slowly washes off? I love the look of like washed out color. Like I love the like blonde with a hint of pink, or with a hint of purple, or whatever. I think that looks really nice. So yeah, I just sort of embrace it, and I'm into it. I feel like that sort of like wash of color look is kind of in, like that rose gold style with like pink and all of that. So yeah, I don't really have an issue with like being a muddied blonde shade. I actually kind of like it. So thank you for liking my hair when it's washed out. It definitely looks better when it is dyed. Like it definitely looks healthier and all of that, but I'm lazy. Do you bleach your hair every time you dye it? I'm so scared of bleaching, but want pink. If you want pink hair, unless you are already like bleach blonde, you're gonna have to bleach your hair, unless you want a dark pink, in which case you might be able to get away with something if you have like medium colored hair. I don't know. But yeah, you have to bleach your hair. I bleach my hair every time I want like the brown part pink, because I mean, it's just like color theory, right? Like you can't put a light color on top of a dark color and then have it work. What color would you never do? Probably purple or green. I'm not a huge purple fan for me. And then green, it's not really my color. Does it damage your hair badly? It can, if you do it wrong, if you do too much. But also Olaplex, again, has been a lifesaver for me. Do you always get your hair dyed professionally, or do you do it at home with box dye? First of all, I never use box dye. No, nobody should ever use box dye. Step away from the box dyes. If you want to bleach your hair at home, go get some developer and some bleach, some toner. Just do your research and do it right. Box dye is not going to give you any sort of good result that you want. So avoid box dye. It's also like that's really where your hair is going to get damaged, is with box dye. So yeah, that's my first recommendation. But no, I don't do my hair anymore at home. I used to bleach my hair myself. But now it's just like I prefer to have someone else do it, because I know they can do it better. I suck at bleaching my hair, so I'm really happy to not do that anymore. But yeah, if you are wanting to do that, 100%, don't get box dye if you can help it. Would it leave a stain on your towel? Yes, that's why I have pink towels. What was the hardest color for you to get out of your hair? Blue is usually the hardest for me. I think for most people. It just sort of like stays, and it stays forever, and it's not even like the right blue, like the blue that you'll add, that'll fade, and you'll just be left with this like murky green blue shade forever. Is it worth all the upkeep? Tips and tricks for brunettes wanting pastels. It is, if you love it and if it makes you happy. For me, you know, I dyed my hair a few months ago and it's still going strong. I really should get my roots done, but oh well. Here we are. But yeah, I think it's worth it. Obviously, I've had it for like over a decade. It's just sort of like part of my life now, and I love it. It makes me really happy, and Honestly, I can't even imagine myself with brown hair. And then for tips for brunettes who want to go pastel, again, have a consultation with a stylist. Create like a plan basically of like how you want to get to pastel. It's going to probably take a few sessions. So your first time going in, you might have to go like a medium rosy pink, or a darker pink. And then, your second time you go a bit lighter, and your third time a bit lighter, and maybe by the third or fourth time you'll have pastel, however many times it takes. But, keep in mind that it's going to take a little bit of time in order to get you to that color. Ombre or balayage are good options to sort of like begin. But yeah, just make a plan with your stylist. I would definitely recommend going to a stylist, especially if you have darker hair, because it is definitely more of a process. Also, if your hair has already been processed in the past, that is going to be a little bit harder to dye than like if you've never touched your hair. If you've never dyed your hair, you might have an easier time of it. But yeah, definitely just meet with a stylist so they can like see your hair in person, feel it, and actually like come up with a plan that works for you and that will leave you happy and with cute, wonderful hair. Those are all of the questions that I had. I sort of combined a lot of them because there were a lot of repeat questions. Hopefully that answers everything, but feel free if you have any other questions, leave them down below and I'll try and get to them. And I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye!